guys, JD here. It's a beautiful day here. We're just heading up to Stuart, Florida, and meeting some buddies up there. We're gonna do a ride from Stuart through Lake Okeechobee to Clewiston, Florida. And I've got my Ultra, I've got some auxiliary fuel today. So I've been asked this a lot, and I'm also really curious to see how far can I get on one full tank of fuel. So I'm gonna run the Ultra till it stalls, till it runs out of fuel. All right, here we are, Stuart, Florida, at the St. Lucie Lock and Dam. Getting ready to head to Clewiston. See 0 miles. Here's my rack. Got a cooler, my tri-anchor, 2 roto packs, and then 2 5-gallon jugs. All right, so you guys can see it's actually pretty cool today. Water temp is 69, outside temp 69. Let's just take a look at some more variables here. Oil temp currently 93, we're still warming up. Intake temp 66 degrees, nice and cool. Water temp 109 coming out the engine. So we got Ramiro, he's got a stage 1, then Josue, he's got a stage 2 Riva on his GTX 300. So they're both gonna be a lot faster than me, I think. But today I'm just gonna ride normal. I'm not gonna nurse it or anything. I'm in medium power mode, and we're gonna see how far I can get on a full 21.6 gallons of fuel. I'm literally gonna run it till the ski shuts off, and we'll see exactly how far I can go. I'm gonna leave this trip meter open here. I'm not gonna change it or anything, so you guys can see exactly how far the Ultra can go on a tank of normal riding. I'm gonna try to keep the eco indicator on, but no guarantees.
Throughout this video, you can expect to see cards like this that give you details about how much fuel I've used, the distance I've traveled, and how much fuel I have remaining. So my estimation is that the Ultra has 18 gallons of usable fuel in the tank. Each bar on the fuel meter represents 2¼ gallons.
So we've gone 22.5 miles. We're approaching the Port Mayaka lock. So I burned 2 bars of fuel. Now I have not been riding conservatively. I've been kind of going probably an average of 50 or so. I just bumped it into low power mode, but I was running in medium power mode for the duration of the trip for the most part. So anyway, 2 bars down, about 23 miles gone so far. Check out this railroad bridge.
So far, I've traveled 23 miles with 6 bars remaining on the fuel gauge, or 3/4 of a tank. I have 13.5 usable gallons of fuel remaining, and so far I've consumed 4.5 gallons.
We are approaching the Port Mayaka lock. We are gonna lock through westward into Lake Okeechobee, and then we're gonna head south, and we're gonna make it to Clewiston in about another 50 miles or so. How are you? It's not that bad today. Oh man. All right, it's almost closed. It does look rough today. Yep, there we go. So welcome to Florida, where you have either ocean or lake that are just as rough. How do you like it so far? They call it Lake O because you're like, oh shit. Yeah, I mean, look at these. These are like 3 foot, 4 foot rollers. And see, this is the south end. Yeah, I know. We have 20 miles to go. Oh, you okay? Cool. How deep is it right here? Do you have depth? 10? So we've gone about 40 miles so far. About 10 to go, half tank of fuel.
So we've made it to the south end of Lake Okeechobee, and we're about to enter the Rim Canal to head to Clewiston. I've got 4 bars remaining, or half a tank. I've got an estimated 9 gallons of usable fuel remaining, and I've used 9 gallons so far.
Here we are at Clewiston Lock. Gonna get ourselves some beer and some burgers at Roland Martin Marina. Hopefully, 12:05. I think I earned it today. That was a hell of a ride. All right, so we've gone 60 miles from Stewart to Clewiston here.
So we've made it a full 60 miles from Stewart to Clewiston. I've got 2 bars or a quarter tank remaining on my fuel gauge. I've got 4.5 estimated usable gallons remaining, and I've consumed about 13.5 gallons of gasoline.
And I've got 2 bars. I've got 60 miles on the trip meter there. I've got 14 gallons back here, so 5 in each of the jugs and 2 in each of the Rotopacks. So I haven't added that to the ski yet. I'm gonna see, you know, how far I can go before it shuts off, and then I'll refuel out in the water. So again, 5 gallons in each of the jugs in the short cans and 2 in each of the Rotopacks. All right, here we are eating lunch. gator tail. So we just had lunch at Roland Martin Marina here. I don't know how much gas I have left, but I'm on my original tank, so 61 miles on the original tank. I always tell everyone I've gone 80 on a tank, so we'll see if I can hit that again. I'm gonna try to drive a little more conservative this time around. That's the lock right there to lock back from Clewiston here back into the Lake Okeechobee Rim Canal. We've been sitting here waiting for the lock, been idling for like 10 minutes, and my alarm just started going off at 61 miles. So I don't know, now it's on reserve. We'll see how long the reserve lasts. All right, so 61 miles, the light is on. Let's see how far she gets on with the reserve light on.
So you could see I really didn't travel any further, but I dropped down to 1 bar, and that's because I idled for about 15 minutes waiting for the lock. So that leaves me with about 2¼ gallons of usable fuel remaining, and so far I've consumed about 16¼ gallons. Keep in mind on the Kawasaki, the buzzer turns off when you turn it off. It doesn't go back on.
All right, leaving the Clewiston lock. Fuel lights on. So now's the real fun. See how I'm gonna run out of gas anytime now, so I guess let's see. All right, so far I've gone 15.4 miles with the light on, and the red bar that was blinking went away. So now it has no bars at all. So no bars at all. I'm at 76. And I've been in low power mode going about 50. I expect it to cut out any minute now, so we'll see how much farther it goes.
So at 76 miles, my fuel gauge dropped down to 0 bars. You heard that right. The blinking red bar went away completely, leaving me with 0 bars on the indicator. So I have less than 2¼ gallons of fuel remaining, and I've consumed about 17 gallons so far.
All right. 80 miles, and that's all she wrote. All right, time to refuel.
So at just over 80 miles, the ski began to stumble a little bit. So I slowed down, and the ski was idling steadily, but I decided to shut it off and called it at 80 miles. So we'll assume so far that I've consumed all 18 usable gallons of fuel, and now it's time for me to refuel and head back. So if you're trying to refuel out on the water, their roto packs make it really easy to do so, but you could also use these 5-gallon short cans, which have a little release lever and have a spout on the bottom of the can that makes it really easy to refuel like you see here. So these short cans are actually the ones that are sold by West Marine. They're exactly the same as the OEM short cans with the short can brand. The only difference is that these ones are about $8 a can less. So here's the summary of my fuel runout test. Overall, I achieved 4.4 miles per gallon on this trip, with 18 gallons usable in the tank. Each bar on the fuel meter is estimated to be about 2¼ US gallons, and there's 4 gallons in the tank that are not usable. You can safely travel 60 miles before the warning light comes on, and then an additional 20 before you run out of fuel, for a total of 80 miles. So here's some tips to conserve fuel. Note that I did not follow any of these, but I imagine that a frugal rider who follows these tips could possibly squeeze out 100 miles total from the tank. First of all, read these tips, and if you're trying to conserve fuel and that's your top priority, then maybe don't buy a supercharged jet ski. Hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more exclusive jet ski content, only on JD's Water World.